Well, the Kolkata turning too sweet then for the London Rhinos there eventually. We move on to our next game of the day. New York Apes taking on Dubai. New York, well, interesting because they started with a bang there. 2 victories back-to-back, followed by a loss against Mumbai, which they would have been pretty much, well, not really content about it, but I think they will take a lot of positives. Dubai coming back after that loss against the Delhi Sharks. Story is going to get more interesting, Chetan.
Absolutely. Finally, we are seeing the table toppers in action. New York Apes ने पहले 3 मुकाबलों में से 2 मुकाबले जीते. पहले ही दिन उन्होंने 2 मुकाबले जीते और उसके बाद कल वो मुंबई से हारे, लेकिन they are still top of the table. And you know what? Today they face a Dubai side which is playing its second game. It's an opportunity for Dubai to turn around its loss against Delhi and get those crucial points. जो भी टीम एक दिन में 2 मुकाबले खेलती है, they have a big opportunity, like I said before the break. So yeah, it's an opportunity for Delhi to turn around their game and make an impression.
Making an impression, but not so much for the analysts and the casters. Well, I think for Cripps and Floki pretty much. I think, Chetan, you got the match wrong.
Yeah, and so did you. So Kolkata, you know, doing a favor to Cripps and Floki as well. So let's see again. They predicted New York for match 4, and the 2 of us have predicted Dubai. So let's see what happens in this game.
Well, we might have predicted, but again, we got a few ones correct earlier on. Well, that count will be keeping on going, Chetan, and that will be an interesting battle to watch. But we'll have a look at how things are going to go down now for the sides, because again, New York Apes will be facing the heat because that pressure is there. You see every match that the points table is changing. It's time for New York to actually, roll up the sleeve and say, look, we are here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what you don't want is lose another game. क्या होता है कि एक winning momentum होता है और एक losing momentum होता है. आप चाहेंगे कि जो matches आप हार रहे हैं, आप उसको भी फटाफट overturn करें. You don't want to lose 2, 3, 4 games. और हमने देखा है कि चेन्नई और लंदन 2 ऐसी sides हैं जो 3-3 मैच हार चुकी हैं. यहाँ पे नजर डालेंगे हम न्यूयॉर्क एप्स पर. बहुत जबरदस्त साइड है ये. You look at Kamal, who is their brute player, but he looks to accumulate. JD and Jitu, then Neta and Razin. Razin has been very impressive with both bat and ball.
Well, again, you talk about the side which is coming back in their game. Well, Dubai Vipers have a task in hand because they were beaten, pretty convincingly there by the Sharks. Now, this is something they have a shot at. Get back into your groove, get some points on the board, and go out happy by today evening.
Yeah, and it was a bowling failure for Dubai Vipers, not as much as a batting failure. They conceded the highest total in the tournament, 75 plus runs they conceded. So they would want to say, okay, you know what, put their hand up and say, okay, you know what, we're not going to throw away so many runs. We want to restrict them. If they are chasing, they would want to restrict New York Apes to a decent total and chase that down. Obviously, players to watch out for. Kamal, I had already mentioned, strike rate of 250. He's an accumulator. He's a power hitter. He's their brute player. But then you look at Manish. He has been absolutely vital for Dubai Vipers in this tournament with both bat and the ball.
Well, being vital with the bat and the ball is very important in a game like this where you just have 5 players. And मेरे ख्याल से तो all-rounders का ही ज़माना है.
और क्या? All-rounders का ही ज़माना है. आप कोई भी tournament ले लो, कोई भी sport ले लो. If you have more than one skill, that is immense. And on a platform like this where you're playing real cricket, on a mobile platform, you're part of the global ecricket Premier League, you need players who are competitors with both bat and ball. इस tournament में एक attribute वाले players की जगह नहीं है.
Well, आपने सुना हमारे experts से, but we are ready for the toss right now where Neeraj is down there with the captains and the umpire. Let's go then.
आज कोई है न कल कोई है तेरे यार दा ता कोई कंपटीशन नहीं ना आज कोई है न कल कोई है तेरे यार दा ता कोई कंपटीशन नहीं competition नहीं came from the bottom and we winning Sunday in the competition नहीं we came from the bottom and we winning there ain't no competition कोई नहीं मुकाबला from the bottom निकला top डाला पैसा तो मुनाफा माँ पे गाली सीधा लाफा रैप द नाका सुनते बांग्ला मुझे थाका मैं 5 स्टार के कपड़े पहन के खाता मैं हूँ धाबे पे स्ट्रीम्स हो या ड्रीम्स पूरा कामयाब मैं कोहली वाला माइंडसेट और धोनी जैसा शाप मैं हर पब में जी और गेम है मेरे हाथ में हंसता सीधा बैंक तक 50 वाले लाफ में हा भाई तू है वीक और मैं लेता हफ्ता खुद के तेरे हाथ नहीं तूने रखा चमचा पूरा गैंग ग्राइमी हा टॉप सीधा शॉट्स तेरे ब्रेन में बॉम्बे द बैड मुंडा पंजाब तक कैंट में नाम है डिवाइन पर बंदा नहीं हुसैन में रिक्शा से निकला रोवर मेरे रेंज में बैक बेंच वाले लड़के आए फ्रंट पेज पे तू सड़क के महारानी
All new Pulsar Mania's here. Maniacs wanted.
Piyush, hey, I was just on lenskart. ये जो price है $999, right?
नहीं करण रुपीज है
I can't be seen wearing glasses under 1 lakh. Price थोड़ा ज्यादा हो सकता है क्या?
करण ये बढ़िया प्राइस है इट्स ओनली बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव मिडिलमैन
90,000?
आप कहीं और से ले लो
80,000.
आई एम गोइंग बाय
अमीरों की हाई लगेगी तुझे.
Factory wale prices, no middleman. Lenskart. Download the app.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा.
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी पाइप नहीं.
वेलकम बैक दोस्तों, मैं हूं आपका होस्ट नीरज पूरन राव एंड दिस इज मैच नंबर 4. मेरे साथ है कैप्टन जगदीश कुमार फॉर द न्यूयॉर्क एप्स एंड मुकेश दोडवानी फॉर दुबई वाइपर्स. दोस्तों, दोनों टीम्स 3 मैचेस खेल चुके हैं जिसमें से दो मैचेस जीत चुके हैं. जगदीश बताइए, दुबई इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम लेकिन वो ऑलरेडी आज एक मैच हार चुके हैं. सो डू यू थिंक गोइंग इनटू द मैच यू हैव एन एडवांटेज?
एडवांटेज तो बिल्कुल होगा, लेकिन हम लोग अपोनेंट टीम को देख के प्लान नहीं करते. हम लोग हमारी खुद की टीम से कंपटीशन रखते हैं कि हमें कितना बेस्ट करना है.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है. बताइए, अभी आज का जो मैच होगा, ठीक है, उसमें क्या सोचा है स्ट्रैटेजी वाइज?
बस प्लानिंग की है, वो मैच के बाद बताऊंगा, नहीं तो ये अभी इनको पहले से पता लग जाएगा.
अच्छा जी, ग्रेट. आई थिंक आपके टीम में से एक मेंबर को कुछ 2 बातें कहनी थी.
हाँ बिल्कुल, कमल.
So Kamal wanted to share a couple of his thoughts. Kamal, yes.
इस गेम ने मुझे, मतलब मैं 1.5 साल से ये गेम खेल रहा हूँ जब से ये रिलीज हुआ है, तो मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा गेम है. और GEPL जो जब इवेंट आया ना तो मैं बहुत एक्साइटेड था. तो ये बहुत बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है, तो सबको मिलना चाहिए ये प्लेटफॉर्म. थैंक यू.
Definitely. JetSynthesys presents the Global eCricket Premier League is really a platform which is pushing the Indian esports forward. Coming back to our second captain, Mukesh, बताइए, आज का दिन was not the best start for the Vipers. आप already एक मैच हार चुके हैं, but now this is your time to redeem. So what is the strategy against the Apes?
हम वो टीम पे ध्यान नहीं देंगे, कौन सी टीम सामने है, अपने गेम प्लान पे ध्यान देंगे. बाकी ट्राई करेंगे अपने जो पहला मैच है उसको भुला के ना इस मैच में कंसंट्रेट करें और विन करें.
ग्रेट. अच्छा ये बताइए यार, शहर में चर्चा हो रही है, ठीक है, कि आपके टीम में एक आशिक है, ये सही है?
चर्चा तो हो रही है.
कौन है ये कौन है आशिक आपकी टीम का?
अंकित राव है ना अपना.
अंकित राय, लवर बॉय, इधर आओ, आ जाओ. इंडिया जानना चाहती है, आ जाओ. क्या हो गया अंकित?
कुछ नहीं.
हाँ
कुछ नहीं.
गर्लफ्रेंड से मिले नहीं ना बहुत दिन से?
हाँ वो तो टाइम हो गया अभी.
टाइम हो गया.
हाँ.
बट हर दिन बात कर रहे हो है ना? क्योंकि ऐसे BTS में मुझे टीम बोलती थी कि यार ये अंकित बार कोई लड़की से बात कर रहा है, सेम लड़की से हर दिन हर मैच के बीच.
रूमर्स है साले.
रूमर्स है?
फेक है.
फेक है. एक ही गर्लफ्रेंड है ना? सच बता.
वो नहीं बता सकता.
नहीं. कमिंग बैक यार, जोक्स असाइड, अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम. You yourself, it's a very strong team आपका. You're a very strong player. I think Dubai का bowling has been one of the best in the tournament so far. Whereas New York Apes have really been one of the most as a high scoring. The batting is very strong. So it's truly a clash of styles today. कुछ कहना चाहते हो to the opponents?
Best of luck.
Best of luck. That's about it. Okay guys. Captains, please. Thank you Ankit. I would now like to call the umpire for the toss. कैप्टन आप दोनों में से कॉल कौन लेगा? आप लोग. ओके. दुबई वाइपर्स हैव चोजन टू टेक द कॉल.
Heads.
They've called for heads, and let's see. The Dubai Vipers have called for heads, and heads it is. Chalo, congratulations. Mukesh, what's it gonna be?
We will bowl first.
Bowl first?
Yeah.
Any particular reason?
टारगेट दिमाग में रहेगा तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग स्ट्रेटेजाइज कर सकते हैं.
Do you think it's your strong code ki yaar you like to chase?
Yeah.
Okay.
अपना strong point है.
ठीक, cool. Okay then, thank you so much and all the very best to you, bro. जगदीश, bowling कर रहे हो पहले तो आप छक्के मारोगे?
बिल्कुल छक्के भी मारेंगे और हम लोगों ने पहले ही प्लान किया है, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया था कि हमारी टीम अपने आप से कंपटीशन रखती है.
बिल्कुल.
उसका रीज़न है कल हम लोगों का मैच अच्छा नहीं गया फर्स्ट बैटिंग में, तो आज हमने यही सोचा था कि टॉस जीतेंगे तो फर्स्ट बैटिंग करेंगे और अपने आप को प्रूव करेंगे कि हम लोग पहली बैटिंग करके भी न्यूयॉर्क जीत सकती है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. ओके देन, चलो, ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट जगदीश. कैप्टन्स, प्लीज टेक द सीट. Chalo guys, with that, the Dubai Vipers have won the toss and they are gonna be bowling. Over to my analysts.
Well, you heard him there. The New York Apes side are competing with themselves, which is so important with the mindset when you go forward. But the news from the center is Dubai Vipers have won the toss and have chose to bowl. Well, they're not going to experiment anything. They're not going to take any risks.
You know, this was one game where I thought there might be an experiment. पिछले मैच में उनकी अच्छे से पिटाई हुई थी, तो मुझे लगा शायद इस मैच में पहले बैटिंग करना चाहेंगे. But that was good to hear that, you know, they are competing with themselves. From that aspect, let's see if they improve because they need improvement.
Well, they'll need improvement, but it'll only be seen after this game. The question is if Dubai really can come back strong after that loss. But for that, we'll have to go for the game, where our casters are going to be ready. We have Crips and Floki to call the game.
All new Pulsar Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
अब आगे कुछ भी हो सकता है.
निक्कर और टी शर्ट पहन के आया साइकिल लोन लगा के फोन बता दे सबको बच के
All flights to remain grounded.
चारों गाड़ी जिद कर देगी.
जो खुद की सुनते हैं दुनिया उनकी सुनती है. लेंसकार्ट आकड़ है,
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा.
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स, पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, देवी और सज्जन और हमारे सारे दर्शकों का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है ग्लोबल ई क्रिकेट प्रीमियर लीग में. ये तीसरा दिन है और तीसरे दिन का चौथा मैच फाइनली हम देखने वाले हैं, जो होगा दुबई वाइपर्स एज वेल एज न्यूयॉर्क एप्स के बीच में. दोनों टीम जो काफी स्ट्रांग है, लेकिन आई थिंक दोनों टीम्स के लिए रिजल्ट्स पिछले दिन में इतने अच्छे नहीं रहे हैं. दुबई वाइपर्स आज का गेम हारते हुए एक बहुत ही शानदार दिल्ली शार्क्स के सामने, और कल न्यूयॉर्क एप्स अपना एक अकेला मैच हारते हुए मुंबई ग्रिजलीज के सामने.
एग्जैक्टली, आई मीन जब दुबई हारी, आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस वर सरप्राइज्ड, राइट? हम सब ने प्रेडिक्ट किया था कि दुबई जीतेगी इन दैट गेम अगेंस्ट दिल्ली, बट ऑल ऑफ अस वर प्रूवन रॉन्ग. मी, फ्लोकी, चेतन, रोशन, एवरीवन वाज प्रूवन रॉन्ग, ऑल द कास्टर्स एंड द एनालिस्ट. बट देन अगेन इट वाज गुड फॉर दिल्ली. उनका पहला विन था ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट, एंड जब वो जीते भी क्या स्टाइल में जीते, 70 रन्स मार के. So definitely Dubai won't be feeling that good about it. They will be sad about their loss, and let's see if they can bounce back from that loss and get themselves a dub over here.
Oh yeah, I think the Dubai Vipers have their work cut out for them, but what I really respect is that despite the fact that they got absolutely stomped by the side of the Delhi Sharks, they stick to their guns, they have faith in their plan, they know that they just got outplayed a little bit by the Delhi Sharks, and perhaps that is something that you shouldn't really consider when trying to change up things, because you've practiced a particular way for so long, you have a particular strategy in mind. Changing it now with zero practice whatsoever leaves an insane amount of pressure on every single individual. Instead, sticking to the strategy that you've worked with is going to prove to be easier for all 5 players. So let's see if the Dubai Vipers can continue to put up the performance that distinguished them from the other teams in the first day.
On the flip side, if you continue to do what you've been doing so far, you will be read easily, read like a book. And it becomes quite easy to counter you at that point.
Oh yeah, the first ball itself looked a little bit dicey there, as that could have been a catch, but nonetheless it's not going to be the case. Kamal and JD, the opening duo here for the side of the New York Apes. Another team that has solid batting as well as bowling prowess, but against the Vipers, going to have to do a lot of... What? Oh, okay, never mind. Stay safe. Yeah, that looked a little weird, but so far so good. Harbhajan has been doing a very good job of making sure the batsman is just not able to get a read on the ball.
You can tell that he just changed his preset. JD is ready to smash things, but that might just be a leg between wickets.
It is. It is. Third ball itself, and the Dubai Vipers will find their wicket. JD taken out of the picture. The man from New York Apes, who did a lot of heavy lifting on day one, this time around gets no chance to do that.
Absolutely not. He tried to go for an advanced shot, almost a helicopter if I'm not wrong. But he was stopped in his tracks. And अगर आपने JD को आउट कर दिया है तो आपने न्यूयॉर्क के सबसे ज़्यादा डेंजरस प्लेयर को आउट कर दिया है. JD is usually that guy जो फर्स्ट ओवर में हमेशा आउट हो जाता है, लेकिन जब भी वो आउट होता है उनके पहले वो एटलीस्ट 20 समथिंग रन्स मार के जाते हैं. इस बार वो डक आउट हुए हैं और ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा खतरनाक साबित हो सकता है न्यूयॉर्क एप्स के लिए.
बिल्कुल, और बहुत ही शानदार गेंदबाजी यहाँ पे दुबई वाइपर्स की, उससे मैं कहना चाहूँगा. सिर्फ 2 रन 4 बॉल में और 1 विकेट पावर प्ले वाली ओवर में न्यूयॉर्क एप्स आई थिंक काफी डर गए होंगे ये खतरनाक गेंदबाजी देख के. हरभजन बहुत ही शानदार तरीके से खेल रहे हैं और शायद गेंद मारना मुश्किल होने वाला है यहाँ पे न्यूयॉर्क एप्स के लिए. और हम देख सकते हैं कि जो दोनों बल्लेबाज न्यूयॉर्क एप्स के काफी फोकस करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. वो कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि ये वो गेंद रीड कर पाए, लेकिन हरभजन हर बार अच्छी गेंद फेंक रहे हैं. और उसी के साथ दूसरी विकेट.
No way!
बहुत ही शानदार गेंदबाजी. अब मुझे लग रहा है शायद वो पहला गेम हारने के बाद दुबई वाइपर्स बहुत ही क्रोध और गुस्से के साथ यहाँ पे गेंदबाजी कर रहे हैं और बिल्कुल भी न्यूयॉर्क एप्स को मौका नहीं देना चाहते हैं ऐसे रन्स बनाने का.
लेंसकार्ट, हर एक चश्मे में 2 फ्रेम होते हैं, 2 ग्लासेस होते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पे इन्हें 2 विकेट निकाल दिए हैं. What on earth is that performance? 2 wickets for just 2 runs?
Yeah.
In power play?
That
Bro,
is
no,
insane.
get out of here, man. That is insane.
Beautiful, beautiful bowling coming through. And now it is Jitendra. It has to be him who scores some boundaries, to relieve some pressure, and to open up the floodgates for more runs to come. A lot rests on his shoulders. This time around, it's the leg spinner for the side of Dubai Vipers, who's going to be bowling. And again, well fielded. I believe that might actually be 4 runs. They are attempting the 4th one now, and looks like they will get it. The New York Apes desperately needed that one.
Yeah, they definitely needed at least something. The fact that they are able to get to 6 runs in the second over itself is something to be really scared of.
Yeah, harrowing if you're a New York Apes fan. But I have to say, at the same time, credit where credit is due. The Dubai Vipers have done a fantastic job of not letting their last game shake their confidence. Well, again, really good bowling coming through, as you can even hear one of the players praising. And it is indeed some really good bowling coming through. 2 wickets, 2 runs given, and so far, finding boundaries has been difficult. Jitendra, again, we said that this man is under a lot of pressure, but you also have to remember, if he's out, that's the last radical batsman for the side of New York Apes, who will be taken out of the picture. And after that, scoring runs is going to be an extremely difficult endeavor. Oh, he protects the boundary. No, he does not. I believe that... Is that a 4? I do not know. We'll have to wait for the umpire. And looks like it is not. It is a 3.
Still, quite a great effort from Vijay. Oh, you already seen his choices from his phone options over there.
Oh yeah. And again, good fielding coming through from the Vipers, stopping the boundary at the last moment, preventing them from coming in, and it's a lot of pressure over on the Ape side. It's Vijay. He might not find wickets, but he's certainly not letting the hard work of the Dubai Vipers from the first over go to waste.
Vijay just changed his stance. He's going to be bowling from over the wicket now. Let's see अगर ऐसे डिलीवरी में नेता को दिक्कत होती है कि नहीं. Game थोड़ा ऑफ स्पिन होते हुए.
That's a good one. That's a good shot. A much needed one at that. And that's going to be a boundary here for the New York Apes, as finally things start to look up for them.
And the drummers finally get a chance to hit them back to back.
Oh yeah.
3 boundaries in a single over. All the momentum that they lost in the previous over has been somewhat made up for now. Getting the run rate up to a decent 10.
Oh yeah.
19 runs in 2 overs. Not something you would have expected out of power play.
Yeah, again, not the end of the world here for New York Apes, because their bowling is also nothing to be scoffed at, but you would expect them to score a little bit more during their batting side so that the bowlers don't feel as much pressure, and therefore can play with ease, but no such luck this time around. Now it's going to be Manish. And through for the bowling, the fast pacer on the side of the Vipers. As that seems to be the common order, everyone seems to be starting with the off spinner, then they move on to the leg spinner, and then the fast bowler.
Except for Mumbaigrizzlies. I think they changed up their... oh, never mind. They changed their batting order, not their bowling order. So yeah, that order in which they send the bowlers, it seems to be meta right now. Almost every team has caught up to the meta and they're all following the same tactics.
Oh yeah. Really good bowling coming through from the Vipers, and Manish. This time around, he can play with so much more because the power play overs are over. He's got a lot of wiggle room, a lot of different things he can try, a lot of different strategies as well. And look at that. Even though he might not be finding the wickets, he's still limiting the number of runs the Apes can find.
Gives the strike back to Netha.
Yeah, and Netha, he's done a good job so far, but considering the position of the fielders, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get some solid threes in. That's a wide. Yeah.
Decent bowling from the side of Dubai Vipers so far, except for this wide, of course.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate Manish and his attempts to go for some variety of different kind of balls. अलग-अलग बॉल डालते रहोगे तभी जाके नेता कंफ्यूज होंगे. और जिस तरह से आपने मोमेंटम पकड़ा है, it's important कि आप उसको कैप्चर करते रहो और न्यूयॉर्क के विकेट्स निकालते रहो.
Yeah, and the batsmen need to start making those hard reads if they want to try and get up to a respectable run amount. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but if you want the reward, you have to incur some risk.
Yeah, there is no reward without any risk.
Well, that is if you believe the official market hypothesis.
Oh,
but Warren Buffett would disagree. More on finance and stocks tomorrow.
Look, man, you know I love you, but I wouldn't take finance advice from you. I've seen how much money you spend in other games.
Oh, yeah, that's not my proudest moment. And let's just leave it at that. Back to the game.
Leave it at that. Back in the game. No more distractions.
Oh, yeah, and to be perfectly fair, the Dubai Vipers, I mean, they're just so consistent with their bowling. Except for that one wide, there is a tiny stain on their otherwise impeccable bowling. This is a masterclass coming through from them on how to really limit the batsmen. As I believe they are the only team who have consistently, over the course of the 3 days, taken wickets during those power play overs. I don't think any other team has been as consistent as them in finding them.
I mean, I think Chennai had a good amount of wickets taken in the power play overs. Even the Mumbai Grizzlies, for that matter.
Oh, that's a catch! Speaking of which, another wicket.
It seems like Dubai is here to prove that they too can join the ranks of the other top teams. That's a proud moment for a lenskart out.
Oh yeah. If there's any silver lining in the clouds here for the Apes, it's that they still have one radical batsman on the pitch, so it's not the end of the world. J2 can still do some heavy lifting, but for that, he does need to be on striking end. And J2 is not on the striking end. He is going to be waiting. It's G2 who's going to be receiving the first ball from Vamsi. Vamsi is the fast medium. Slowing down the pace as they have more wickets now. And considering that it's a balanced batsman, getting those boundaries is going to be really difficult. Let's not forget that this is a fairly big stadium. And again, a good attempt. Try to drive it. But, yeah. We'll see if they can continue to apply the pressure. Well, actually, no. I don't think they can apply the pressure, to be honest, because they've only got 2 wickets remaining to work with and just a little over 10 balls. So, yeah, it's going to be a little rough, but keep finding the twos. Hope that their bowling is better than their batting, and perhaps the Dubai Vipers can be caught off guard. But
नहीं, but now the Dubai Vipers are going for the trap plays. जिस तरह से वामसी फुल बॉल्स डाल रहे हैं, मुझे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि वापस है वो न्यूयॉर्क के बैट्समैन को कैच आउट कराने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हमेशा ऑफ साइड स्टंप के थोड़ा सा बाहर डालेंगे, वो भी फुल लेंथ पे, which means जीतू, दोनों ही जीतूज एक्चुअली ऐसे ही बॉल्स डालने वाले हैं. एंड ओह, that could have been a wicket, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, एटलीस्ट बाउंड्री प्रिवेंट कर दी है. बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से वामसी इस फील्डिंग को बरकरार रख रहे हैं और न्यूयॉर्क के ऊपर प्रेशर बनाए जा रहे हैं.
Oh yeah. जीतू अभी तक सिर्फ एक गेंद खेले हैं और ये उनकी दूसरी गेंद होगी, लेकिन वामसी काफी शानदार बॉलिंग करते हुए, और जैसे कि हमने कहा दुबई वाइपर्स वो ट्रैप्स भी सेट कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे न्यूयॉर्क एप्स के लिए. तो इनके लिए यहाँ पे रन बनाना मुश्किल हो सकता है, लेकिन इसी के साथ एक डॉट बॉल, और ये डॉट बॉल बहुत खतरनाक होती है, स्पेशली जब आपके पास सिर्फ 5 ओवर है. हर एक डॉट बॉल कीमती है,
बहुत कीमती,
अमूल्य.
कुछ प्लेयर्स की पूरी रैंकिंग उनके डॉट बॉल परसेंटेज पे निर्भर है.
बिल्कुल. और वामसी लगता है इस बार थोड़ा सा निशाना चूक गए, और इसी के साथ ये होगा एक चौका, लेकिन बाउंसर भी जाएगा.
न्यूयॉर्क बहुत टाइम बाद उनको एक बाउंड्री मिली है जीतू के कारण.
जी हाँ, जीतू आई डोंट थिंक किसी ने भी आशा रखी थी कि वो ऐसे बाउंड्री ले पाएंगे आप में, लेकिन बहुत ही शानदार शॉट वापस से सीधा लॉन्ग ऑन साइड की तरफ, और उसी के साथ एक और चौका.
That's a pulsar, powerful moment, and that's what happens when you give full length balls to your radical batsman. He's gonna smash it over the top.
Oh yeah. And again, some beautiful work coming out here from Jeetu. Oh yeah, and you are right, he is the radical batsman. Jeetu is the defensive batsman for the side of the Apes.
So there's Jeetu and Jeetu.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hai na?
Very similar
names, almost like brother in arms. Yeah, but they need to pump up their arms to smash this ball over the boundary and get their team some crucial fours.
Yeah, they need to wield those bats like actual gorillas if they want to have a chance of, putting up any contest whatsoever. And so far, they have recovered 45-3. I mean, given their start, this is some really good stuff, but can they go over the 55 mark? That's going to be the question. 5 balls remaining. Getting 2 run each ball is going to be the objective, but one ball has been knocked off. A dot coming through from Mukesh.
I don't think even 55 will suffice, Floki. New York Apes, they will need a lot more. Just a few hours ago, Dubai Vipers were trying to chase the impossible target of 77. Compared to that, New York Apes score seems like it's absolutely negligible.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a little too risky, right? He's overstepped his boundaries. Tried to go for a reverse sweep, but ball सीधा उनके सर के ऊपर जाते हुए.
A little too desperate as well. I think he was trying to go for backward shot.
Yeah.
And oh, that ball. Oh, it looked risky, but thankfully the fielder really wasn't able to reach that in time. And again, limiting the number of runs that the Apes can score. I mean, Dubai Vipers, their bowling is impeccable, but their batting is definitely not bad either. They're above average for sure in that department, but their bowling is really what stands out. Well, looks like again it's going to continue to pile on as New York Apes just cannot let go. Just cannot relieve themselves of all this pressure. Mukesh and Co, all of them have been on point today.
Even if it's a 6, the target will be 55. Very achievable for Dubai Vipers. He tries to go for a backward shot.
A 6.
पीछे के फुट पे खेला और ये catch out हो गए. Target 50 runs exactly. Great wicket powered by lenskart.
Indeed, and again, the Dubai Vipers, just when you think that they're going to relinquish a run, nope, they get a wicket instead. Just catching everyone off guard.
49 for 4. I'm sorry, 49 for the New York Apes.
Yep.
And यहाँ पे दुबई वाइपर्स को 50 रन बनाने पड़ेंगे.
us here. Maniacs wanted.
lenskart. Download the app or visit your nearest store.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा.
finolex pipes. पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं.
No, we were apologizing for that. Was correct. 49-4.
Yeah,
New York Apes. I mean, the Dubai Vipers, they have to say they did some really fantastic bowling there, but I think one parallel I've drawn is that they can be somewhat similar to well, which team was that's really good at batting but is a little bit risky? The London Rhinos, yeah. They are similar to Rhinos in the aspect that they will smash those balls, they will hit them hard, but they can sometimes step a bit too far forward.
Yeah, कभी-कभी over extend कर देते हैं.
Yeah, they're like just a slightly tamer version of the London Rhinos in that regard. I mean, कभी-कभी overstep करते हैं और really, पिछला game I think was more of a masterclass by Delhi Sharks rather than the Dubai Vipers slipping up. उन्हें बहुत ही शानदार तरीके से खेला और हम देखने वाले कि दुबई वाइपर्स यहाँ पे कैसे रन स्कोर करेंगे. आई थिंक थोड़ा फील्डिंग में वहाँ पे कमी रह गई. 3 रन दिए जाएंगे यहाँ पे. उसी के साथ न्यूयॉर्क एप्स राजन पर निर्भर है यहाँ पे एक विकेट लेने के लिए जो ऑफ स्पिनर है उनके लिए. 47 की जरूरत है केवल 29 बॉलों पर, लेकिन शायद उतने रन बनाना मुश्किल हो सकता है. अगर यहाँ पे पावर प्ले ओवर में अगर 1-2 विकेट ले ली तो न्यूयॉर्क एप्स के लिए काफ़ी सारी वेल उनके लिए बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस अनलॉक हो जाएंगे. वो बहुत सारी चीज़ें कर पाएंगे. उसी के साथ और बहुत ही बढ़िया शॉट जो थर्ड के फील्डर थे इनसाइड फील्ड की तरफ, वो गेंद को रोक नहीं पाए. गेंद सीधा उनके बाजू से जाते हुए,
लेकिन रजीन अब थोड़ा इम्पेशेंट है दुबई. फिर भी स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉल्स डाल रहे हैं सीधा मिडिल टर्न की तरफ. लाइन से हटना नहीं चाहते.
बिल्कुल. और पावर प्ले ओवर पे काबू रखना
बहुत जरूरी होता है. And he's doing exactly that.
लेकिन सवाल ये कि क्या वो काफी होगा? क्या यहाँ पे दुबई वाइपर्स को ऐसे ही 2-2 और 3-3 रन बनाते रहने देना उनके लिए काफी होगा मैच जीतने के लिए?
आई थिंक काफी रहेगा. उनके पास 30 बॉल्स है, उन्हें बनाने 50 रन है. हर एक बॉल पे अगर 2 रन भी बना लिए आराम से 60 क्रॉस होता है.
एग्जैक्टली. इसलिए न्यूयॉर्क एप्स के लिए थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो सकता है. उनको थोड़ा सा अग्रेसिवली शायद बॉल करना पड़े. और उसी वक्त आप गलतियां करते हैं जब आप एक ऐसी परिस्थिति में आ जाते हैं जब आपको या तो मारना है या तो मरना है.
और यहाँ पे वो मरने का इंतजार कर नहीं सकते. अगर वो इसी पेस पे खेलते रहे तो न्यूयॉर्क एप्स की हार डेफिनेटली पक्की है.
बिल्कुल.
रन रेट दुबई वाइपर्स का काफी अच्छा है. न्यूयॉर्क को रिस्क लेके विकेट्स निकालने ही पड़ेंगे. वो सिर्फ डॉट बॉल पे निर्भर नहीं रह सकते.
बिल्कुल. जज्बात, जुनून और जिगर तीनों की जरूरत है यहाँ पे न्यूयॉर्क एप्स को.
और एक और चीज, धक्कड़.
बिल्कुल. और धक्कड़ की बात करते हुए ये बॉल तो रॉय ने सीधा बाउंड्री के पार मारी है. शानदार शॉट दुबई वाइपर्स की तरफ से. और हम देख सकते हैं कि मुंबई ग्रिजलीज भी अपने हाथ से ताली बजा रहे हैं उनके लिए. रॉय का जो रीड था वो बॉल पे थोड़ा सा ऑफ था. काफी ऑफ अगर आप एक्चुअली देखें. लेकिन
कोई बात नहीं, उन्हें ऑलरेडी एक बाउंड्री मार दी है. प्रेशर एलिविएट कर दिया है. दुबई वाइपर्स अब आराम से डिफेंसिवली खेल के भी ये टारगेट अचीव कर सकते हैं. लेकिन डिफेंसिव का नाम लेते ही उनने एक बाउंड्री मारी. बैकफुट पे खेलते हुए बॉल बैट के सेंटर में नहीं लगी, लेकिन फिर भी वेंट ऑल द वे अक्रॉस. And that's what happens when you toss the ball over the fielder's heads in power play. It's a powerful pulsar boundary.
बिल्कुल. और एक और चीज आपको ध्यान में रखनी है कि जब गेंद ऊपर जा रही है तब गेंद धीरे होती जाती है, लेकिन गेंद जैसे ही नीचे आती है तो वापस रफ्तार पकड़ती है. और उसी की वजह से अगर आप के जो फील्डर है वो पहले ये समझ के अगर भागना शुरू नहीं करते तो फिर उसको बाउंड्री से पहुंचने से रोकना काफी मुश्किल हो सकता है. इसलिए गेम को समझना काफी महत्वपूर्ण है यहाँ पे। लेकिन इसी के साथ रॉय वापस से बहुत ही अच्छी बल्लेबाजी दिखाते हुए हमें यहाँ पे एक और बाउंड्री लेंगे।
ऑफ स्पिन प्लेयर्स को बहुत ही ज्यादा पनिश किया जा रहा है बाय रॉय ओवर हियर, एंड ही इज ऑलवेज लाइक दिस। वो यूजुअली इससे भी बहुत एग्रेसिवली खेलते हैं, लेकिन दिस इज स्टिल अ मोर टेम वर्जन ऑफ रॉय, एंड दैट्स इवन मोर डेंजरस बिकॉज़ उनको आउट करना ज्यादा मुश्किल होता है।
बिल्कुल
स्लाइड्स अ लिटिल टुवर्ड्स हिज ओन ऑफ साइड एंड सिंपल डिफेंसिव पुश करके एक और रन ले लेंगे।
बिल्कुल 13 रन लिए गए हैं यहाँ पे दूसरी ओवर में, और केवल 3 ओवर बाकी हैं अभी भी। इसी के साथ उनको सिर्फ
24 रन
24 रन चाहिए। बिल्कुल
Yeah.
24 रन 18 गेंदों में बहुत ही आराम से बना सकते हैं। बस उन्हें ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा कि फील्डर्स की पोजीशंस क्या है, क्योंकि अभी पावर प्ले खत्म हो चुका है। तो अभी अगर वो वही ताकत के साथ अगर गेंद को मारेंगे तो हो सकता है कि शायद वो रन आउट या कैच आउट हो जाए। लेकिन आपके जो ब्रूट बैट्समैन है ये पॉइंट पे बहुत काम आते हैं, क्योंकि उनके लिए इतनी बड़ी और इतनी ज्यादा जगह कवर करना काफी आसान होता है, और एक बहुत ही टेक्स्ट बुक इनसाइड आउट फील्ड हम देख रहे हैं।
Yep, we've seen this many times before. हमेशा थर्ड ओवर पे सारी की सारी टीम्स ज्यादातर यही फील्डिंग सेटिंग प्रेफर करती है।
और वापस से ऐसा लग रहा था कि हो सकता है वो गेंद पकड़ी जाए, लेकिन नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ। अगर आप देखेंगे तो पॉइंट का इलाका पूरा खाली छोड़ चुके हैं यहाँ पे न्यूयॉर्क एप्स।
सेंटर स्टंप को टारगेट करते हुए
क्या दिया जाएगा? जी हाँ, न्यूयॉर्क एप्स का सबसे पहला विकेट। बहुत ही लंबी गेम में
सच अ गुड ट्रैप। नेता ने सिंपल मिडिल स्टंप को टारगेट किया और बॉल स्ट्रेट ही डाला। मीनवाइल जो बैट्समैन थे रॉय, वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे कि बॉल लेग की तरफ स्पिन करेगी, लेग स्पिन होएगा, उनने ये एक्सपेक्ट किया था, लेकिन वैसा हुआ नहीं। इसलिए जब आप देखोगे रॉय को उनने स्टांस पकड़ा था कवर ड्राइव मारने के लिए, लेकिन बॉल सीधा उनके पैरों पे लग गई, एलबीडब्ल्यू हो गया।
बिल्कुल, एंड well with that comes
oh
no comes a misfield perhaps. Indeed, that's I believe they just ran 4 runs.
3 at the minimum.
At the minimum, but yeah, those were 4 runs that were run by the batsman, and being a little bit risky there with the fielding, a little too frivolous. You can see the New York Apes paying the price now. The Dubai Vipers, they have been on point with their batting, I have to say. Even though they lost the wicket, this is still some really good stuff. They're just not letting go of the pressure against the Apes.
Exactly.
They don't need to.
They don't need to at all. They're fine and dandy. They're feeling themselves. They can feel this win confidently. A rather risky shot. This could be either a 6 or a catch out, and it goes across the boundary. That's what you do when you're given a nice bouncer. You flick it over. And that too in such a risky fashion. He just raises the bat above his arms and just redirects the ball towards fine leg. Very well placed.
Indeed. Really good placement of the shot there. And again, another good shot, but will not find the boundary this time around, exploiting that opening towards point. And that's going to be the end of the third over, folks. So we move into the second last over. A lot of pressure. Some of the slower pacers.
Here comes JD. Now, even though technically he's a medium fast bowler, in my opinion, he is one of the fastest in the league. जिस तरह से वो गेम के मैकेनिक्स को बहुत अच्छी तरह से परखते हैं, उनकी बॉल्स बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट होती है, ऑलमोस्ट ऑलवेज अबव द 100 किलोमीटर मार्क।
लेकिन सवाल यही उठता है कि क्या आपको वो तरह की गेंद दुबई वाइपर्स को देनी है? उनको सिर्फ 8 रन चाहिए 12 गेंदों में।
वेरी अचीवेबल टारगेट। तो जेडी को कुछ ना कुछ रिस्की करना ही पड़ेगा। अगर वो सिर्फ नॉर्मली खेलते रहेंगे तो दुबई वाइपर्स इनएविटेबली जीत ही जाएंगे।
बिल्कुल।
Look at that. That was an off spin. While the ball was still going at 113 kilometers an hour. You don't often see that. You don't often see spins that fast.
Oh yeah, some beautiful bowling coming through here from JD. But he's going to have to keep that up for another 5 balls, and that might be too tall of an order.
Exactly.
Even for the man himself. The man who is revered by teammates and opponents alike. It's a close one. And no, looks like the batsman will be safe. But yeah, I mean, these close shaves seem rather unnecessary here for the Vipers. They can still take it easy, but you can understand the need to press their foot to the gas pedal and
just get to the finish line as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah, just the bigger the margin you win by, the bigger the psychological advantage as well.
Exactly. And even though JD is a damn good bowler, he couldn't do much on the batting side of things, and that's why this target is so achievable for Dubai Vipers, even if they just keep on taking singles.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Dubai Vipers are just, if they want, they can literally put their feet up on the table and play this game. This is...
I think they would if their shoes were clean.
Oh, you think that's why they're not, putting their feet up? They just haven't been taking good care of their shoes?
Just for the viewers' context, we are in dhruvglobalschool. These guys have some amazing sports facilities.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure all of these players have been around the ground.
They've got that red soil.
On
their soles, yeah.
I don't blame them, If I had some free time, which I don't. I mean, these players have a lot more than us. So they can obviously just go around to the actual field of the dhruvglobalschool.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air while discussing their strats. And this one's in the air.
And it's crossed the boundary, and that's it. That's all she wrote. The fat lady has sung. And the Dubai Vipers, they might have lost their first game against a resurging Delhi Sharks, but they find their footing in the second game. And the New York Apes have been beaten as the Vipers, more like the elder brothers of the Snake family, acting like boa constrictors here, wrapping firmly around the Apes. Never gave them a chance.
Exactly. They were just choking them out of their lives slowly and steadily. Very typical of a Viper or anyone from that Snake family. But these Vipers, they're gaining pace. The fangs dig deep and they embed their victims, lace them with poison.
Yep, but that's going to be about it for this game. We will be having the winner and the losers interview soon, but right after this break, don't go anywhere.
All new Pulsar Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
lenskart. Download the app.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा.
finolex pipes. पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं.
दुबई वाइपर्स का एक और जहरीला परफॉर्मेंस. A big applause for the Dubai Vipers. The Vipers have shown why they have one of the best bowling sides in the tournament. Captain, आइए. बड़े चौड़ में आ रहे हो. मुकेश बताइए यार about today's performance.
कमबैक चाहिए था अपने को.
बिल्कुल.
आज का मैन ऑफ द मैच तो मेरे को वो लग रहा है, क्या नाम है, हरभजन. पहले ओवर में 2 विकेट, जेडी5 का विकेट लिया, स्ट्राइक रेट जेडी5 की तकड़ी थी. वही मैन ऑफ द मैच आज का मेरे लिए.
हरभजन आइए. Your captain is calling you. Harbhajan, now you're on the spotlight. How was your performance today? Your performance. आज का performance के बारे में आप क्या कहना है?
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है और मैं हमेशा ट्राई करूंगा टीम के लिए ऐसे परफॉर्मेंस देने के लिए. और मैं मेरा होल परफॉर्मेंस मुकेश भाई को क्रेडिट करता हूँ. उनका कैप्टनसी बहुत अच्छा था और बहुत अच्छे से मुझे मोनेटाइज किया फील्ड सेटअप और ऐसे बॉलिंग करने के लिए.
मैच के पहले आपके कैप्टन आपके साथ पेप टॉक करते हैं कि अच्छा यार ऐसा खेलते, अगर ये सिचुएशन हुआ, अगर प्रेशर आए तो ऐसे खेलेंगे.
हाँ, जो भी गलती होता है मैच में, वहाँ हम लॉबी पे जाते हैं, वो बोलते हैं ऐसा क्या तूने ऐसा किया, ऐसे करना था, ऐसे ही.
So very motivating.
Best captain.
Mukesh, being the best captain. Wow, that's a big statement from the team. Coming from the team, it's a very big statement for any captain. Mukesh, yaar, slowly but surely, Dubai Vipers is becoming the team to beat. आप बाकी टीम्स को क्या कहना चाहते हो?
टाइटल अपना ही चाहिए
यहाँ से टाइटल अपना ही है. चलो Guys, that was the end of another very exciting match. Now over to my expert analyst.
All new Pulsar Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
lenskart. Download the app now.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
finolex pipes. पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।
This must have reminded you of that India's glorious World Cup finish. Mukesh, what an incredible way to finish off things, Chetan.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a comeback win for Dubai. They just turned around their fortunes from the previous game. A very, very important win. You know, we have always talked about if you have 2 matches in the day, make sure you're winning at least one of them. They lost the first game, but now they've made a turnaround. They've got that victory. They've not let this day go to waste. Got those 2 vital points.
We are going to talk a lot about character. I mean, we did have New York showing that, but eventually, if you look at a larger scheme of things, it was Dubai Vipers there. Roy there gave a great start to the campaign, 18 of 9. And of course, then you just had Manish and Mukesh toying around.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've changed the batting lineup there. Mukesh usually opens with Roy, and then Manish comes at number 3. They've changed the roles today. And Roy gave them a good start, and then they did not look back. I mean, that was a captain's knock from Mukesh in a way. These are their 3 big players in terms of batting. Roy, Manish and Mukesh. Manish has been so consistent throughout the tournament. And he's just continued from where he's been, playing the last few games. So yeah, they stood up, they put their hand up, they lost the previous game, and their best 3 players said, okay, you know what, we'll change that around.
Well, New York Apes did speak about a lot of confidence. I'm pretty sure now they will need it because after this loss, they will come back. They did start pretty well. And well, again, you talk 2 quick wickets right in the first over. Harbhajan having a phenomenal first over there. And then, but they still did pretty well. I was talking about team character to reach to a respectable total. If not, we have had low score today, but around 50 was still doable.
Yeah, I mean, it's been on the lower side today. All the scores, 50 is, yeah, I mean, that kind of total.
A mix
has
and match
been,
maybe of both.
Yeah, that kind of total has been chased down with relative ease. But that's start. Harbhajan picking those 2 wickets in the very first over. They were 2 down. We have not seen that throughout the tournament so far. That was the first time it happened in the very first over. And that kind of just destroyed New York Apes from the very beginning. Neta and Jetu had to make sure. Remember, there are only 5 wickets in this innings. So they had to make sure that they don't lose any more wickets. And you see that 23 of 13, 15 of 8. They could recover from that.
Well, Dubai not just did well with the bat, but they also came forward with the fielding and also the bowling there. I think taking out 4 wickets of New York Apes could have given them confidence going into that batting.
Yeah, and for me, I think looking at the scorecard, I can see my man of the match. I mean, yes, it's a batsman's game. 2 for 2, Harbhajan. That for me is the man of the match performance.
We have to wait and watch to understand who that man of the match will be. But I'll tell you what, Dubai have really shown some great all-round effort. Then talking about that, New York Apes on the other end, a tight battle for them, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, as a personal fan, I feel New York there, could do really well. They started on a pretty good campaign, but for now they'll have to remain content with what they kind of perform there.
Yeah, and now you know what? They've lost a game on day 2. They've lost a game on day 3. The points that they have, the 4 points that they have, are from day 1. So in the last 2 days, they've not really won anything. So, like Chennai, like London, they would want to say, okay, you know what, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's not lose more games going ahead. So yeah, tomorrow's games, day 4's games, will become really important for New York.
Well, we'll talk about that when day 4 arrives. But then for now, we'll have a look at how that match summary looks like. Well, Jeetu and Jeetu, these are the 2 names. A lot of us were wondering, or earlier were wondering when we were in that qualifier. So Jeetu and Jeetu, well, they really make up quite a good pair then.
Yeah, and again, not a great batting performance for me. Harbhajan's 2 for 2 stands out from that 1 over. Perhaps one of the better bowling performances in this tournament. And then Mukesh, Roy, and Manish, they are the big hitters for this team, and they did the job on the day.
Well, you talk about big hitting always. I've seen a lot of those 4s and 6s, which eventually we'll talk about. But here is that one man, Mukesh. Well, that smile. Well, he may be a little reticent down there, a little shy sometimes. You've seen him speaking down as well, isn't it? But then, now we can talk about this strike rate, which is 400 and also 20 runs. Crucial, very crucial.
Absolutely. He just came and he smashed about. He got those runs. But again, you know, it's a batsman's game. It's 5 overs. You want to score as many runs as possible. But for me, the match was made. You know, you'll have to look back at the previous game. Dubai gave away 77 runs in the morning against Delhi Sharks. They restricted New York to just 49. And for me, that was a turnaround bowling performance. All due respect to Mukesh, a great performance. For me, the man of the match was Harbhajan. 2 wickets in the very first over for 2 runs.
Well, yes, absolutely. Harbhajan did brilliantly there. I mean, given what's interesting is also given that first over to make a difference, and then you have that individual making that impact completely. And talk about the partnerships there, of course, before they could really come forward. Dubai Vipers there, 28 for the first, and then eventually 23, and there's nothing doing after that.
Nothing doing, and they don't need anything more after that because, again, you know, top 3 batsmen, they are their big hitters, the brutes, the radicals. Yeah, job done. 2 points on the board. Not a complete waste of a day. They lost the first game, but they've made a great comeback here.
But now this also gives them a chance to go and experiment with their batting lineup like they did right now before we look at the side of the New York Apes. But you think that could really work out well for all the other batters in this tournament because they're trying to shuffle around their batting order?
I mean, it just depends. You know, आपकी team की क्या strength है, क्या weakness है, क्या आप different करना चाहते हैं. So every team will have a different aspect, a different perspective on that. But again, looking at New York Apes, what they have done, for me, again, 2 wickets in those 6 deliveries. That was where this game was ruined. Absolutely ruined for New York Apes. उसके बाद आप सिर्फ वापस आने की कोशिश कर रहे होते हो गेम के अंदर. 26 of 13, good partnership. 20 of 12, Jetu played a really good hand. But on the day, it was not enough. And again, New York need to go back to the blackboard and say, okay, you know what? Maybe something different needs to be done here as well.
Well, but again, there's a lot of learning for them to do because the New York showing great character after loss of wickets, and they're actually testing that middle order. Which will they go forward when they say that, okay, look, if we lose a quick couple of wickets, we still do have good batters down there who can give us at least, if not a decent, I mean, not from good, but at least a decent run.
I mean, they've been doing that. They've been doing that. But here, let's take a look at Dubai Vipers' batting pitch map against fast bowling. And look at the 6s that have come today on their day. I mean, they just lit up the screen, didn't they? I mean, it was not a great total. बहुत छोटा total था. They उसको chase कर रहे थे. They wanted to win in dominant style. And you know what? I was sitting with those guys after they lost the first game to Delhi. They were really hurting from that loss. 77 उनको chase करना था पिछले मुकाबले में. वो chase नहीं हो सकता था. 50 chase हो सकता था. उन्होंने किया बहुत शानदार तरीके से उन्होंने chase किया है.
Well, this also shows us that neither of the teams are any way weak from any perspective, which we have really observed. It's just that, you know, some combinations may work, some may not, especially when it is real cricket.
Oh, absolutely. And again, taking a look at the wickets column on the Dubai Vipers, what they have done today. Look at the dot balls, look at the red balls over there, accumulating on the leg side. Middle stump ke right side pe jaake aap batsman ko choke kar rahe hain. Only 3 wickets on the offside. And this is a cumulative pitch map for Dubai Vipers from their 4 games. It means strategically they are bowling towards the leg side, choking the opposition. And it really worked today in this game. Got those 2 wickets. Game over.
Well, I'm pretty sure the upcoming opponents may be taking a look at this because this will give them an idea of where they are well placed and where they are not. But before that, we go to the wagon wheel to understand where the runs have been flowing, especially from the fast bowling perspective. And you will know where the point is that square leg is something that they really love.
And why? There's a reason why they love square leg, and this is against fast bowling. And I was talking to Ankit Roy, their opener, and he loves that area. 35% there, 25% at third man and fine leg. Unke jo presets hai na, he wants to play those shots against the fast bowlers. He loves doing that, and it's showing. And their top 3 batsmen are playing these runs, and it is showing really. And look, again, against the spinners as well, they're targeting the fine leg and square leg area. So again, they're getting almost 45% of their runs over there. So really heavy bombardment. And the other teams may perhaps want to look at the way दुबई वाइपर्स टॉप ऑर्डर इज बैटिंग. यहाँ पे कुछ है, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि वो किस तरीके से बैटिंग कर रहे हैं.
Well, courtesy, I mean, to such incredible graphics that come down from real cricket, they've really done a lot of work behind this to give us all that. But then, we talk about a sport, we talk about a e-cricket sport out here. We talk about a lot of the mental side of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're seeing the faces of those athletes, if I may call them that, while they were there.
E-athletes.
E-athletes. Well, that can always be spoken that way. But at the end of the day, seeing the pure joy on their faces, irrespective of whether it's a win or a loss, going back with some great memories, I think it's a great outcome. Of course, we have a long way to go now, but so far, I mean, 3 days, it's been such a memorable outing for these.
And you know what, you talked about the mental aspect. मतलब mental aspect उस टीम के लिए ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है जिसके 2 मुकाबले हैं एक दिन में, और खास करके वो अगर अपना पहला मुकाबला हार चुके हैं, तो you don't want the day to go to a complete waste. अगर आपके पास 2 मुकाबले हैं, आप 4 पॉइंट्स ले सकते हैं, अपना डे बहुत अच्छा बना सकते हैं. From that aspect, I think it was a great job done by Dubai. They knew कि उनको क्या करना है और उन्होंने वो करके दिखाया.
Well, the match ended with a massive sixer which came down from the like of Mukesh. We'll have a look at the 4s and 6s then, brought to you by Pulsar and S125. Showstopper. But I'm pretty sure the last one would be quite memorable down there for the team, and also that individual Mukesh who scored that after a good partnership which they built. But there were also a couple of wickets which fell certainly a lot more for New York Apes, 4 for them and just 1 for the likes of the Dubai Vipers. Let's have a look at the wickets brought to you by Lenskart. The wickets fell down, certainly, but again, this is a great testament to the fact that there was some great character show from either teams, one after getting into a loss and one, in fact, coming after a little heavy outing at the start. We'll have a look at the points table, then how things look up at least towards the end of that day 3, because a lot of movements down there, Chetan, and I'm pretty sure this will continue for the next couple of days till we reach that qualifiers. Mumbaigrizzlies sitting pretty much on top, Kolkata Hawks and Dubai Vipers slowly sneaking in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great win for Dubai Vipers in that particular contest. आज का जो दूसरा मुकाबला उन्होंने जीत के एक अपनी दावेदारी दिखाई है knockouts के लिए. You know, they are now in the top 2 position. But again, New York Apes, just like Chennaiwolves, now they've lost those 2 games in a row. Not as bad as Chennai, because obviously they've lost 3 in a row, or as the London Rhinos. But आप नहीं चाहेंगे कि आपकी वो losing run जो है continue हो. So tomorrow, that's going to be a very, very important day for the New York Apes. However, it's a good day to be Delhi Sharks. They scored the highest score in this tournament. अब उनका चौथा game है, दूसरा game है आज का. They could move to 4 points, and that would be very, very important for them as well.
Well, that conversation over points could keep on going on between all of us that is there. And I'm pretty sure if you are a fan from either or you belong to a place from either of these locations, which the teams are presenting, you'd want your team to be up there at the end of the day. But again, we are building up for that fifth game that we have out here where the Sydney Panthers, you saw them languishing at the bottom, will be taking on against the highs and free-spirited Delhi Sharks after that incredible turnaround that they saw. But all of that after this short little break. Don't go anywhere.
All new Pulse of Mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स, पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।